Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten, and today I'm going to share with you a personal reading for myself, actually. This is a personal reading that I usually start my day off with a personal reading. I may do a whole Celtic Cross, or I may do a 3-card reading and just see how everything pans out at the end of the day. And it's a process that I do as I started learning tarot and journaling what my findings, and then keeping that for to refer to later when I deliver my readings to you. So it's a process. Learning tarot is an ongoing process. So today I'm going to share with you something interesting that happens to me from time to time. When I first started reading political readings, I was doing a personal reading for myself, learning the Sibylla. And it was the day of the inauguration, and I just laid cards for my day, what was going to happen this weekend for regarding my love life. And lo and behold, the reading wasn't about me at all. It was actually about our new president, Trump, and the course of his presidency. And you guys can look back on that in my Trump presidency playlist, and go to the very first 2 videos. That's still there, and you can see it if you want to. But sometimes that happens to me. I'll do a reading for myself, but the message that I get wasn't for me at all. It's for someone else. And today that happened again. Today I got up, and before I went and got my coffee, I laid some cards for me to ponder while I was drinking my coffee and think about, I wonder what that means, I wonder what that means. And then as I was drinking my coffee, I was listening to the news regarding John Lewis, who died, I believe it was last night, Friday night on July 17th. Of pancreatic cancer, and he was a very influential man because he was an icon for civil rights. He fought for our civil rights. He literally fought peacefully and bled for all the civil rights that all people in America enjoy: white, black, Mexican, Asian, Indian, everyone. His blood was part of that. Is part of that legacy. Is part of what opened the doors for people like Tim Scott, to be in the position that they're in right now. But anyway, I felt like as I was doing my reading and trying to figure out what it would mean for me that day, that I was actually getting a message from him. And so I just want to share with you the message that I received. So in my thoughts, there's all this grief and pain and about what's going on, and about a recent loss, grieving a loss, grieving a life that's been lost, John Lewis. And I think that, and by the way, I don't read on the dead. I didn't do this on purpose, and I don't feel I've disturbed his spirit in any way. This is a message that was in the cosmos that came out in the energy of the cards, and I picked up on it, okay? I feel like this is not just my feelings. This is a collective feeling of loss. And where are we now? There's still 2 cups left, but we're grieving all that we've lost and all the backtracking that we're doing. And it's a scary, sad, and disappointing time. And I feel that a lot of us feel let down and distraught with our country. And there's this challenging news, news of his loss, but this is also challenging energies ahead for the collective, for those who are fighting for civil rights. And I feel he's reaching out and just wants to deliver this message. Okay? I feel that he's in a better place. He's on the other side. And on this other side, he's praying for us. he's looking back and looking on, and he knows that we've come a long way, but we still have so much more to go, and he doesn't want us to wallow in his loss, in the fact that he's gone, or to stay in that mindset of woe's me, what are we going to do? He wants us to get busy and get back to work. Okay? Get back to work, doing the good work that he did, that he so diligently did. And he wants us to practice that work too. He says that on the other side there are others with him. And they're believing and praying for our greater good. They have faith in it. And this is the Nine of Cups. So when the Nine of Cups comes in, wishes and prayers come true. Go ahead and make them, no matter how big. He wishes only the best and the biggest for all Americans and for black people to achieve equal rights, the Six of Pentacles, and for all people, all citizens of America to achieve equal rights. And they're all grouped together, praying for this cause, and you can best believe it will come true, but it's going to take some time. And he just wants us to know that it's not over. All is not lost. And he wants us to remember that and to pick ourselves up and continue the good cause. He wants to thank everyone who is honoring him. He feels very honored and blessed to have received so much positive statements and pledges of respect from the country, from his countrymen. And he thanks everyone for that. And but he wants us to, that's not important to him. He wants us to, like I said, diligently continue pursuing the cause of civil rights for everyone, right? And not just expect it to be handed to us, the Six of Pentacles, but to actually demand reciprocity and equality and fairness from our leaders and from our elected leaders and representatives. And we have to stay on top of that. We have to be diligent, and we have to I think he's talking to black people especially, we have to become more responsible about our rights and know what they are and make sure we continue to get what we deserve. I feel like he's telling us of troubling news. There's troubling news. He's troubled by what's in the air, what's being stirred up, and he is troubled and concerned about where we're headed and all the civil rights that have been taken. He doesn't want us to lose it all, and he wants us to be aware of what's going on with this High Priestess card, to know the truth, right? So that we can challenge what's happening. There's a lot of mysterious things going on, and we have to be more curious about how our representatives are, where they're taking us. We have to demand that they take us where we want to go and not where they want us to go. And he's troubled by, I think specifically this secret, I want to say secret, not Secret Service, but this secret army of Trump, the secret of security of Trump, these unidentified people in camouflage and mask and armed to the teeth, walking around and abducting people and putting them into unmarked cars and taking them anywhere. This is crazy, and he's disturbed by that, and I feel we should all be disturbed by that, okay? And we need to demand the truth, and we need to demand to know who these people are, because anyone can now put on some camouflage and a mask and do whatever they want now. We cannot allow this to go on. We cannot allow this to be our America. This is a very dangerous place for us to tread, and we must demand from our elected officials and all those involved, who are these people? What rights do they have? How are they able to abduct people without even reading them their rights and taking them away? This should be against the law. And so he's concerned about that. He wants us to be concerned about that and to demand to know what's going on. He says there are scary times ahead, troubling times ahead, and there may be even great loss of life, not only from Corona, but maybe from the battles ahead. But he wants us to remain diligent to the cause, and it's a peaceful cause, and stand up for our equal rights as citizens of America, of this country. He wants everyone, every person, every citizen to rise up out of their complacency and fight the good fight. He said, I did. I was battered and bruised and threatened on all sides. And I took my hits, but in the end I persevered, and we gained rights. And those rights are now being taken away, stripped away, and we have to, again, brace ourselves for what's coming next and prepare to dig in and to fight. But again, I feel his plea is that we don't fight with aggression, but that we continue to fight with the truth and with the same laws that we are all bound to, and base it on that, and to peacefully protest. And I feel like that's his message that he wants to share. And I think also the message that's coming through is that we will win in the end. With the Nine of Wands, if you don't back down, you will, if you persevere, you will come through. And he doesn't want us to give up in spite of all that's happening. It's important that we keep up the cause of civil rights and continue to fight for it, and to broaden our knowledge about what those rights are, about government and how it works. Teach our children so that they can help themselves and not have to depend on anyone else to give them rights. We go out and we do it. It's going to be a long, hard fight. He said, I fought that fight. I bled for that fight. And I died for it ultimately. I died in that fight. But I see the promise of the future. I believe in it. And you can too. But it can only happen if we don't back down. It can only happen if we are aware, become aware of what's going on. And we do something about it. So, I would like to say thank you, John Lewis, for your message. And Don't just think it's going to be handed to you. Just don't think that it's just going to stay like this if you don't take up the mantle and take up the cause of civil rights for every citizen. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, and I thank you so much for your time, and my condolences to John Lewis's family and friends who are surviving, and to, the country. It's a great loss for the country. It's a great loss, a great citizen that we lost, but he's still in spirit with us, and so are many others, and they see a positive end for us, and they're holding on to that for us, but we must do our part. All right, rest in peace, John Lewis. Blessings.